Good day, Minecraftians. Purple Mentat here, bringing you another episode of Running Red. Last time, we went to hell. Well, the Nether. Traveled over to another fortress, got myself the next step along the way. Also, I went back, got a couple of nether bricks, had to kill a couple of skeletons there, found myself a necrotic bone. Should probably make myself a lifesteal sword at some point. That'd be pretty sweet, actually. However, now, it's time to progress the quest line. Specifically, the basics of death requires me to craft an ender lily seed. Well, I spent some time farming, and I got myself 32 ender pearls off of my mob trap over there. These convert into blocks of solid ender right in a crafting station, no need to melt them down. And if you surround a basic bit of wheat seed with that, you get your ender lily. And we're going to take this right over here. You know what? I'm going to plant this right here. Oops, almost. There we go. Fantastic. You can live there for the time being, and that'll grow very, very slowly, and eventually provide me a passive source of ender pearls, which is kind of nice. Also, I did a bunch of using my watering can on the grass platform up there. I even expanded it to be able to make a proper farm, because I'm going to need to be able to actually grow some witchery plants to get through witchery. Completing the first quest in Vampires Won't Hurt You, Seeds of Poison. Then, well, the first task in that quest. After that, you need to do the one that I need. Get spruce and birch saplings. To get my hands on a spruce and a birch sapling, what I'm going to need to do... Oh, you know what? Hang on. That's on page 2. That's why. Here we go. Birch sapling, I can combine a water bucket with a spruce sapling, and the spruce sapling, I can do the same thing with an oak sapling. So I'm just going to take these 2 oak saplings that I have and get myself a couple of buckets of water from up there at my farm area. I'm actually going to need 3 water buckets in total, and I can transmute those right over. I'm not entirely certain what the thought process is behind being able to transmute things with water, but hey, not my pack. I kind of like the fact that it was relatively hard to get your hands on water, and now it's actually a fairly important resource for being able to do things like this. I find that actually really, really clever. It might not make the most thematic sense. All right, before when you were collecting seed, there were others that did not appear to have a purpose. Oh, right, okay. The one that you loathe, we already went through that. Need to create the witch's oven. So, witch's oven. Fairly simple recipe there. Just need a bunch of iron. So let's head back down to the other area. Ooh, actually, I still have all of my extra bars on the Witch's Island way down here. Which I'm now realizing is kind of a silly place for things. Really wish I had my air sigil on me. Would have made this trip a lot faster. Alright, I'll meet you back on the main island. Be there soon. The one good thing about that nether portal derp that I kind of walked into last time, I can now go into the portal on this island, pop out at the same portal that'll take me back to my primary island. Nether networks go. Pretty fun. Okay, so now that we're back, get myself some iron, and we're gonna make a witch's oven. Bang. Right, need one more iron than I have. How about that? There we go. Bam. Awesome. Next step, all set. Fantastic. 1 full heart, an iron ore berry bush, and my choice of reward bags. I'm taking the left one. Consume my heart to get back up to 5 lives. Use my good reward bag to collect a full heart. Oh, that looks like an actual one. Yay! That's pretty awesome. Sweet. All right. And we'll collect the other quest in Skylines and Turnstiles, which gets me 4 notch apples, a reward bag, half a heart, and the right-hand bag this time. We'll stash those away, along with our various plants that we have just spent some time creating. Hang on to these because they're my current food source. 1 basic and 1 good bag. In the basic bag, we find a lava crystal, again. And in the good bag, we find 16 apples and 8 golden apples. Not bad. Not bad at all. We will bind this lava crystal because having a second fuel source has actually suddenly become very, very helpful. Alright, let's look at that last quest in Skylines and Turnstiles. Running Red. To titular. Fun. The device seems to be pulsing again, almost as if it wants more blood, but you can't. Not that you know that you're giving up the blood, you have to limit your use of it. Maybe make some armor as to not lose it to pointless damage. So it wants 15,000 life essence. Red heart canister, full heart reward bag, 16 golden apples, and 8 notch apples. Well, we can at least get that started without too much trouble. We're going to need our crescent hammer and some fluid ducts. Where is... Do I not have any levers in here? That's okay. Just bring a thing with me. Here we go. And we're going to take this upstairs. We're going to slap it on our altar, and we're going to start gathering a whole bunch of blood inside of this. Well, this is a regular portable tank. It'd be nice if I had a way to... Actually, hang on. Did he add the way to upgrade it? Maybe? Yes, I can toss this into the tier 1 blood altar and get myself a hardened portable tank, which I will do right now. Fantastic. So, I don't have my sigil of divination on me, but that's going to take about half of what's already in there. In the meantime, we're also going to set up a couple of fluid ducts so that we can get some blood flowing out. Here we go. And just need to set that to output. Put you there, turn you on, and these fill up with life essence fairly quickly. Okay. So, we can let that process while we work on the next step of Vampires Won't Hurt You, which is a glass of blood. It wants 1 glass bottle. Okay, that's simple enough. Okie dokie, back on our platform, made some glass bottles, standard Minecraft recipe, and next step along the way is to make some clay jars. For that, we're going to need clay. Luckily, we already have quite a bit of water put together. Let me grab my divination sigil and my air sigil so I can get around a little faster. Air. Divination. Fantastic. 2439 LP. Fantastic. Let's double check the progress on this. Oh, I can't actually see the progress. That's a shame. Anyway, we will harvest the mobs real quick because that's why they're there, to make sure that this never runs low. There we go. Huh. Baby zombie can't be harvested. That's kind of frustrating. It's okay, we'll just stab him the old-fashioned way. Down he goes. Fantastic. Yeah, that's quite a bit better. Oh, look, and it's finished. Awesome. Hardened portable tank goes down there, and we start filling it. It will take a little while. These have been slowly filling, so that's why that, you know, so much of it came out all at once. We're going to need to come back and refill the altar in a little while, but at the moment, it can be safely ignored. Okay, we've got 12 gravel now. And to make clay, just a little bit of gravel, little bit of water in the crafting interface. We're going to need 4 clay to get our first jars. And they go in a fairly simple pattern. Like that. Get those cooked up. As soon as I have one, I will be able to move on to the next stage of the quest. Ha! Caught it. Alright, detect that. And return from the ashes. I need to create witchery, collecting the fumes. Well, let's look up what that requires. Oops. Collecting fumes requires belladonna flower, ink sac, feather, charcoal, and a book. Do I have any ink sacs? No. Is there an easy recipe for those? Or oh, well, squid plant. That doesn't count, though. No, actually, I'm going to need to create myself a little water pound to spawn some squids as my best bet for those. Alright, so let me get a pond together, put these iron oreberry bushes where they belong, start spawning some squids, and, in general, causing trouble. I'll be back in a little while, once we're ready for the next stage. Alright, the building of a squid pond is fairly simple. We're just going to make a little 7x7, 2, 3, 4, 5 area, which 5x5 of which will be water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And building down is always a little scary on a skyblock, but given that we have an air sigil, it's a lot less scary here than it has been other places. Just put down a water bucket there, ride it down a bit. That'll be plenty. Swim up. Just want to put a bottom there and get out of the water. Fantastic. Thankfully, with the air sigil, we could safely fall down this hole and not die. Let me get the rest of this filled in. We're past the exciting part now. I'll be back once I have everything built. Alright, we got a nice little pond here now. Now it's just a matter of filling in the water. Luckily, in this version of Minecraft, water will update and propagate even when it's on top of other water. Prior versions of Minecraft, that did not happen, and it was a bit of a pain to fill in a pond like this. Nowadays, though, it's quite simple, really. And now, the big trick is just to leave it alone and get a little ways away from it so that some squids can spawn. Let's do that. We'll go out to our farming platform. Here we go. By the time I get back over there, there should be some squids. Before I go flying again, let's take a look at the LP. Alright, we're doing good. Still not a bad idea to grab out our blood orb and start charging it up a bit. Have 11 buckets of blood in the tank of the 15 that we need to get that quest started. Come on. There we go. Just had to wait for it to drop into the proper place. I'll be very, very happy once I can rank up the blood altar. And in fact, should probably spend some time doing that, honestly. It'd make my life a little bit simpler if I spent some time building some infrastructure. I might get prepped for that off camera in between episodes. Let me know what you guys think, if I should do that or not. Because I believe I have everything that I would need to take this to tier 3 and possibly get ready for tier 4 without too much trouble. In fact, I believe that the quest I'm on is going to require it, so I may as well just do so, you know? Oh, you're just about full. Okay. And you are refilling. Good. Huh. No squids yet. Alright, well, we'll give them some time. Alright, I'll be back when I have some squids. So hey, I was bopping around, waiting the 20 minutes or so it takes for a passive animal spawn to actually happen. Yeah, it's not a fast process. That's why you find most of your animals when you zone into new chunks, or load in new chunks. And I discovered something interesting. If I take myself a wheat seed and a bucket of water, put those together in the crafting interface, I get squid seeds straight from that. Should have checked that first, shouldn't I? Anyway, plant those on the water, grab your bone meal, give them a couple of whacks, and you can see that it is, there we go, getting ready to spawn a squid. That's right, squid plants spawn squids. Alternatively, when they're fully grown like this, you can just punch them. Usually you'll get more than one seed out of it. There we go. As you can see, you can propagate a whole bunch of squid plants fairly quickly. And that one landed in a bad spot. They like to go wherever they want to underwater, it seems, which is a problem. There we go. Let those replant themselves. Except they're not going to, are they? These are just really not cooperating the way I want them to, which is a shame. Unfortunately, the only thing you can do is toss them into water and hope it works. There we are. That'll be a nice little collection of them to leave planted. Good 5. Come on, plant. There you go. Silly pneumaticcraft plants. And then you can just put your squid seeds into the crafting interface, get more ink sacs. All right, what else did I need? I needed a belladonna flower, correct? Yes. Feather, which I have, and some charcoal, which I also have. So let's go get that farm started. The one we knew we were going to need. Snowbell, Artichoke, Mandrake, and belladonna is going to come with us. But first, we will put our tin ore berries in there. I'm also going to need some form of hoe, which I don't have handy. I've got this wooden one. That'll do for now. You know what? We'll make a stone one while we're here, just because I have the materials on hand. And that'll be useful. And it seems that wheat seeds are a whole lot better than I expected them to be, so I'm going to take them with us as well. Let's go farm. Be nice if I had some form of chest that I could put up here more easily, but that's okay. All right, that's just about full now. Get those taken out. Doing pretty good so far today. Mandrakes are fun, but potentially a little bit of a pain. 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5. Right there. That's going to be our water source. And we're going to get all of this tilled. I need a little bit more dirt up here to have this to be quite the size I want it to be. That's okay. Should break through this hoe anytime now. Actually lasted a lot longer than I expected it to. That's kind of nice. Okay, let's get these planted down. Water artichoke goes onto water. Snowbell over here. Some wheat, some belladonna. There we go. Now let's speed that belladonna along, because you're the one that I need right away. There we go. 1 belladonna flower. Everything's coming up roses. Well, actually everything's coming up poison at the moment, but that's beside the point. Walking is so living. Fumes. Book. Need a book, need a feather. I have some leather. Paper. Okay, I need a book. I need sugar. To get sugar, I need to combine seeds, iron ingot, and a bucket of life. Interesting. Can do, though. And I'm probably going to want to bring my... Hang on. Where are you? Watering can. Okay. I must have left it over on the other island. I'll be right back. Alright, I eventually found it. It was hanging out in a random chest. Whoops. And now I forgot to get my bucket of life. That's okay. That's easy to do. In fact, I'm going to take this whole thing with me because it's time to hand in a quest from it. Oh, but I needed to get the bucket out first. Derp. There we go. And now you... Oops, I don't have the seeds on me yet. Easy fix. And we'll grow some sugarcane over here, because I'm doing everything over here. There we go. No extra seeds. Okay. That time I got extra. Awesome. There we go. Sugarcane. Yay! And now we sprinkle that sugarcane with a watering can until it grows. I'm going to need, well, a good bit more than I have. So, I'm going to spend some time, me and my sugarcane, and we'll be back once this is ready. It did not take very long with the sugar cane before I had the 3 that I needed, plus I have 4 planted up there, slowly providing me more. We're just going to use some leather. It's been fairly easy to acquire. 3 paper, 1 leather gets us our book. I'm actually going to put the witch's oven down over here because I'm sick of carrying it around. We'll put the lava crystal in there to be our fuel. And let's get back over here where I have the recipe in question mostly set up. Got to get the book in there. Oh, I forgot the charcoal. Hang on, let me go get that. I do love the ability to move this fast, and the ability to be mostly fearless of the edge, because what's falling when I can just get back up like that? Come on. There we go. I'm surprised that landing didn't kill some of the grass. I don't know if that's fully grown or not, but we're going to just give it as much time as it wants. That looks like it's not quite blooming yet, so we'll leave it alone. It's a weird sort of texture. And charcoal. And now we have collecting fumes, which should complete the quest, maybe? Yes. So that gets me 4 more gold ore berries and a reward bag. In said reward bag, it's a good bag, we find 4 florbs full of life essence. Interesting. Each florb is 1 bucket's worth, but they're a little bit more, well, actually, I believe it's 1. Anyway, they're a little bit more difficult to turn back into useful material than some other things. But I have just the place to do so, actually. Ow. But I don't have enough inventory space, so we'll deal with that in a little bit. First, let's see what's next on the agenda. Zombified. The witches in the circle you visited, they don't seem to want to talk to you. Seems as though they're not here by choice either. Maybe they're dead as well, or maybe they're seers. Maybe they can communicate with the dead. You'll have to talk to them later, but for now, it appears they are exchanging these plants. But the plants are mutated. First thing, make some mutandis. That's not too difficult. Mutandis is created through... Okay, so maybe it's a little more difficult than I thought. Let's see. Hint of rebirth. Need to cook spruce. Clay jar. And that gets us the wood ash as well. Okay, so we're going to need to farm some spruce trees. That should be a fairly quick process. And hopefully also painless. You know what? Cutting this thing down, it has now become something of a priority that I can no longer put off. I'm going to get that done off camera through the simple expedience of falling and failing badly, and then flying to the top. Alright, I will be back once I am ready to continue. Alrighty folks, after a bit of effort, I have my spruce saplings. Let's get those into the oven. Let's just fill up 1 clay jar with... Actually, we'll go with all 4, because we know that we need the wood ash to make that mutandis. And as you can see, just any sort of fuel, your saplings in the oven, you get wood ash and hint of rebirth, which is necessary for a number of things, but most especially what we're interested in at this moment is the mutandis. Now, cactus green is going to be a bit more of a potential issue for us, except if we take a look, creeper plant can be turned into cactus green as well as cactus. Now, I don't know if there's any legit way for us to get our hands on some cactus. It doesn't appear to be, but there's plenty of creeper plant seeds up there, so that's not actually going to be a hurdle whatsoever. Now, we have 15 buckets of life essence in here, and we have the running red quest bound to this QDS. We're going to put that in there, and we're going to run that through very quickly, 100% complete, and we can collect our full heart, our red heart canister, a reward bag, and our choice of 16 golden apples or 8 notch apples. We'll take the 8 notch apples. Let's get that heart container installed, and let's deposit our notch apples. Now, I don't believe I can actually... Yeah, unfortunately, because I combined that quarter of a heart with that other half of a heart, I'm stuck not being able to work those into a full heart, but I've got 1 full heart here that I can munch on and get myself up to 7 lives. Let's see if that opened up anything for me. It seems it has. It has opened up You Keep Eternity as the next quest. Perhaps it's time you started to store power, as in pure power, not the liquid blood or the dried stuff. We want the energy itself. But how are we going to do this? We need a resilient metal. We need to make some lead. 10 lead to be exact. lead is actually relatively easy to make at this stage of the game. We're going to need ourselves 10 iron and 10 aluminium. And we're going to fly over to our farm island real quick. Let me check my power stores before I do this. Yep, we're good. I suppose technically I didn't need to do this because they're... Ooh, that was a mistake. Mistakes were made. Fantastic game series, Orcs Must Die. I believe Vigram's doing a Let's Play of the first one at the moment and planning on doing more. Really worth watching. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we are. And we're going to put our aluminium, our water, and I believe this is how we make lead. It might be a shaped recipe. Let's look it up. Lead ingot, water, iron, aluminium, shaped recipe. Okay, no problem. Simple enough to take care of that. So our iron goes there, our water goes there, our aluminium goes here, and we're in business. Whoops, there we go. And we're just going to get all 10 of these put together real quick. Need 4 more buckets filled. And we need to kill a sheep. Why? Because mutton. Oh, actually there's no mutton in this pack. Why? Because I'm a terrible human being. That's why. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that'll be a lot easier to do, make in mass quantities once we have some proper tech built. But that'll be a bit. Alright, so we've got our lead ingots. We have our choice of an aluminium or berry bush, tin, copper, gold, or iron. I feel like I'm actually doing pretty well on all of the metals. Let me go take a look at what I actually have the least of. I can't think off the top of my head which of those I would like. Well, definitely not the aluminium. I've got 8 of those. I could expand my tin collection. Now that I know that aluminium's used to make lead, that's kind of a higher priority. You know what? We'll take the iron. It's not like I'm ever going to run out. Oh, actually, I get all of them. Ha! I thought that I had to choose. All right, let's open that greater reward bag that we received from completing... was it in the one in Skylines and Turnstiles? Yes. Our greater reward bag contains for us an O positive reward, 4 more florbs full of life essence. Or 1 florb full of life essence. Well, that's less exciting. That's okay, we're not in bad shape on life essence at the moment, which is kind of cool. I'm very happy about that. Get some stuff deposited, and now I can collect my ore berries. Which opens up the ability to deploy the battery. We need a redstone conductance coil and a leadstone energy cell frame. I believe that conductance coils come from Electrum. They do. To make Electrum, we can combine Bucket of Life, gold, and aluminium. Because we have no other access to silver, this is our only real option, because there's no silver for us to smelt with the gold to make our Electrum. Which also means that we can't make molten Electrum in any way, because that all relies on alloy smeltery using silver. If I take a look at silver, well, there does not appear to be a crafting recipe for silver. Huh. I suppose I won't be making any dynamos, will I? Interesting. Alright, well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. In the meantime, how much Electrum did I need? Just the 1. No problem. So we'll grab a gold and aluminium, and we will go get our bucket filled. In fact, I'm also going to start working on refilling this again, because it is worth having that ready. And a zombie pigman comes out of the portal. Luckily, I do not scream at the scary, scary noise that happened next to my head. This is a shaped crafting. That's okay. Let's... Oh, those guys are falling slowly. That's okay. We'll kill a couple of them as long as we're right here. And then we'll get back over there. We'll make our Electrum. And we'll create our frame. And then create our battery. Here we are. Aluminium. Gold ingot. Bucket of life. 1 Electrum ingot. Which, when combined with 2 redstone, gets us a conductance coil. And 9 redstone. 4 glass. And 4 lead. Creates our leadstone energy cell frame. A new type of blood. This metal seems like it should be able to hold the conduits we need to transmit our raw life force. Let's put it to the test. I need to combine this into an actual energy cell, which, if I remember correctly, it's just a little bit of copper to go with everything else. Bum, bum, bum. And now I should be able to do it. Yes. Yay! We have a leadstone energy cell. We will get half a heart, a red heart canister, 16 lead energy cell conduits, or leadstone energy cell conduits. Let me get my oreberry bushes taken care of real quick here. We'll go put the aluminium up on top. It's time to start filling in the top anyway. The iron can go right here. And I'm going to use stone slab to block that off. Keep it nice and dark. Tin. I'll come through and probably replace all of this with stone eventually. Gold. And copper. Copper's actually can go right here. Fantastic. That clears out some inventory space. Let me go deposit some things into chests. Never enough inventory space in this game, I swear. And electrocute. It wants a leadstone energy conduit before I go any further. No problem. Leadstone energy conduit, I believe, is fairly simple to make. Where'd my redstone go? Why don't I see my redstone when I... It's a little bit odd. There it is. Weird. Okay. And the leadstone energy conduit is very simple to create. Alright. So we'll take the middle reward bag. Install our heart container. It is a basic reward bag. Shucks. More's the shame. And when I open this up, I find a notch apple and 4 regular golden apples. But, much more importantly, I now have 2 half hearts, which I can consume to get myself up to 8 lives. Moving on, from there we have light up the effigy. Interesting. It wants me to create a blood dynamo. Now arises the question, now that we have the conduits, how are we going to convert our blood to this pure energized form of it? Interesting. So, the blood dynamo is crafted with 3 blank slates, 2 electrum ingots, a piston, and a bit of glass. And this comes from the Technomancy mod, which is one of the core pieces of this pack. So, let me get everything together that I need to craft that. You guys have already seen how all of this is created. I'll be right back when it's ready. Alright, now we have everything that we need for our blood dynamo. 3 blank slates, glass, piston, 2 electrum ingots. Bam. Now, planetary is complete. We collect 3 diamonds, 4 golden apples, or 4 notch gold apples, and another half of a heart. Fantastic. Those diamonds are going to go hide in this chest. Quickly running out of room in my inventory once again, but next quest on the list, engage the energy. It wants me to craft a pulverizer. Now, to use this power. So let's get going on that. Pulverizer should be fairly simple. Let's see what surprises await in store for us with this. Oh, it's actually all normal. That's refreshing and different. Okay. What else do I need for a pulverizer? Piston. No problem. Running low on the redstone. That's a shame. I really don't want to have to craft all of that stuff manually if I don't absolutely have to. Need flint, need copper. Well, flint is up there. So, let's get our air sigil engaged. Still not 100% certain what I needed the glass bottles for. But it's not my place to ask. There we go. 1 machine frame. 1 in. I'm missing a bit of cobblestone for that. Alright, what am I missing here? I'm also missing wood for that. You think you have everything, and then you don't. And then everybody's sad, and you get laughed at, and you go home crying. Okay, maybe it's not that bad. Let's see. 1 reception coil, 2 copper ingots. For those who don't remember, redstone reception coil is just some gold with some redstone. Fill the rest of that in. Fantastic. Next, it's probably going to want me to make a sawmill. That's actually not at all what I thought. Sawmill is another machine block, but it's also an iron axe, reception coil, and some planks. That's actually really easy. So let's get that together. Do I have sticks on me? I do. Awesome. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a gold. I already have the 2 planks on hand. I'm going to need 1 more gold than that. And I'm going to need 2 redstone. 2 redstone? 2 redstone. So 1 iron axe. 1 machine frame. 1 reception coil. And that's oh, I have to put the axe in place first. Even with it in place, it won't do it. That's frustrating and annoying and aggravating. And why has it got to be like that? Why can't things just all work the way I want them to work every time? Okay, so where's the 2 copper? Awesome. Sawmill complete. Next on the agenda. Oh, that's everything. Get another heart canister. And let's grab that reward bag. Which is a greater reward bag and contains a full heart. Well, now I'm doing rather well as far as lives are concerned. Pretty happy about that, actually. Let's grab our quest book and see what's next on the list. Is that everything here? Yeah, the only ones left are the repeatable quests. Okay, I now have the ability to create power. More importantly, though, let me show you what I can really do with this. That's actually pretty useful. You know what? Where's my weak blood orb? Toss that in there. Let that soak up the rest. We are going to put down the hardened energy cell. We're going to put down you. We're going to put down the sawmill is the important bit of all of this. So, leadstone energy cell. The dynamo pumping into the side of it. We're going to make sure that this is accepting power from the left and emitting power to the right. And we're going to put down the sawmill there, which we're going to shift-click to remove all configuration of. All I'm going to do is put the hardened portable tank up there and tell it to output. And the dynamo... Dynamo does not have a GUI. Alright. Now, I am concerned. I'm very much hoping that all that blood didn't just get wasted. Hang on. It is possible that I need a lever here. I don't actually know technomancy. I expected a dynamo to work like a dynamo, and now I am being disappointed. So this may be a case of come back next time and see me do the technomancies. Let's find out. Yeah. Alright. So, I am far past time. I thought I would be able to toss that down and have it go. Clearly that is not the case. I've just wasted a few buckets worth of blood. In any case, thank you very much for joining me. Join me next time and we'll figure out how to make this dynamo actually power our machines for us. I'm sure some of you know and will tell me in the comments, but I'm going to have fun researching it myself between episodes. And also between now and next time, I will be working on Zombified, getting that Mutandis completed. All I need to do really is collect a Mandrake and I'm good to go. So, thanks again for joining me. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. See you next time.